Hello everyone, I'm sorry for another car video. Back to busy life again. So today I wanted to say a few words and a few thoughts. First of all, just a short disclaimer. I do not pretend myself or intend to. I do not have any intention to pass myself as any kind of expert. I do these videos commenting on geopolitics and the like because these are subjects that I am naturally interested on, and it's only my opinion. I do not have the I am not arrogant to the point to impose or to say that this is the truth. Well, it's my truth, it's what I believe. So take it as you will, as you want. Leave the channel, I don't know. Do as you will with the information. Okay, today I wanted to talk about this dominant ideology, which is very dangerous and works as kind of a disease as I see it. And no, I'm not talking about fascism or this right-wing parties that are now increasing their seats in parliaments all over Europe. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ideology of neoliberalism. Because I consider it dangerous because a lot of people do not realize that they are guided by this ideology, and most of them even claim that they do not have any ideology, and the word ideology itself, it's many times associated with Marxism or other left-wing trends of thought. And so why do I want to speak about this neoliberalism? Because in Argentina, you know, they elected this weirdo, as I see it. It's my opinion, remember. This weirdo, MILEI. And the guy promised to give shock therapy to put Argentina's economy back on track. And he said, he did not lie. Well, he misled, but he told a lot of true things. For example, he would give shock therapy to Argentina. He was meaning it. So, recently there were news about Argentina that the first trimester, so about the first 100 days since Milei is in power, Argentina had its first budget surplus in 12 years. And of course the minions and the stupid that do not understand even the basic economics, yeah, I call them the stupid. I know it's not nice even, and it's not pedagogical. But I mean, sometimes things are too obvious. So the people that support this kind of speech, this kind of character such as Milei, they go to Instagram and all social networks where people consume 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds reels and shorts and whatever, and they post this in big letters: Argentina first budget surplus in 12 years, the MILEI effect they call it. Okay, so what does it mean? For example, for a person such as you who might be listening and watching this, what does it mean, this surplus? How did he do this? Is he a kind of economical magician? Is he a kind of a genius that could achieve what none other before him could? No. It's simply plainly and brutally slashed very basic things like workers' rights, maternity leaves. I mean, all kind of benefits that might help the poor, to ease the pain of the poor. Because when you talk benefits, you cannot compare it to, like, for example, corporate benefits, where shareholders or big positions in company have these paid expensive luxury cars and other stuff. These are social benefits. They are designed to not let people fall in utter poverty, or are designed to give a stimuli to families, for example, to have more children, to balance the age pyramid of the country, things like this. So it just slashed. Of course, it slashed a lot of ministries. I did not dig too much into that one, because I cannot vouch for all those ministries that he slashed, he cut funds to. But he also cut funds to the regions, the governors, the local governors, because they would not align with him. So in order to put pressure, and of course this slashing of funds, what was the first effect that it caused? First effect was the markets were happy. Positive sign for the markets. The market means a bunch of sharks who prey on the fruit of the labor of other people, and mostly poor people. Because markets, what is the market? It's people that gamble with shares and bonds and alike, and they speculate about their price. They buy cheap, they sell expensive, they make money out of nothing, and they produce nothing. This is basically the markets. Of course, the dependency on the markets is another subject which I will not go into. Bear in mind, I'm not an economics specialist or anything like that. If you want to know what I am professionally, I am a dock worker. I work in a harbor. The police, I thought they were telling me to pull over. I work in a harbor which unloads natural gas. So yeah, but I do take interest in a lot of these subjects, and I think any common citizen which has interest and likes to read and likes to, for example, read the news, and then from the news go search deeply into the matters that are spoken in the news, things like this. This is what I do. So, okay. I know a lot of you are turning off, are switching channel, YouTube channel already, but I don't mind. I don't make any money on this, you know that. So, continuing. So that's what MILEI did, right? And of course, the propaganda then does the rest. Because budget surplus, it's actually a negative thing. It can be positive as long as you intend to use that surplus and reinvest it back in your country in a way that benefits everyone. Otherwise, it's just stealing money from the people that need it. Of course you have surplus if you do that. And I'm sure that's just temporary. Another positive sign, was the IMF. Immediately after these measures released a tranche of I don't know how many billions, of some billions of dollars. And yeah, I mean, how do people view this as positive? And now this is my oversimplistic theory. They see themselves as free people who have a lot of opportunities, and that if they fail economically in their lives, it's their own fault. This is the main thing that keeps neoliberalism working, and working efficiently. When I mean working efficiently, it means diverting more and more money to the super rich that do not produce anything, do not add anything to society, extracting that from the people that produce and from the people who have less in society. And so people think that this is a good thing, the surplus, and sometimes they are workers like me, and they fall for this trap too, this is what amazes me more. Like, they fall for the trap. You have to produce more, you have to put in more hours, you have to put in a lot of yourself. Sometimes you have to put all the other things you want to do in life just to give a little bit more to the system, just to pull through the crisis. There will be light at the end of the tunnel. They will often preach you this. I mean, Milei has done this. He said it will be painful, but I will put the Argentinian economy back on track. Back on track for who? Well, I just explained that. And so this effect, it's not exclusive for Argentina. And while a lot of left-wing, I am left-wing by the way, I communist, and so a lot of left-wing abroad in the world, in Europe for example, are crying danger for the rise of the right-wing parties, such as the ones that Milei represents. In Portugal we have such an aberration as Chega and another kind of Milei, our own Portuguese Milei. And they keep on telling us, the left-wing people, that beware, fascism is coming back again. While that might be true for other reasons, the main characteristic for me in this ultra-liberal parties, because these right-wing parties, what do? They liberalize the economy. When I mean liberalize, it's mean strip the economy of their rules, strip the workers of their rights. I mean, it's utter deregulation of the economic sector in all its form, which can only mean that the strong can prey on the weaker. It's simple as this. You can comment below and please let me know that this is explained to me if I am wrong, if you think that I am wrong. So this is one thing that we should be aware of. It's not fascism at first glance. It can become fascism because chaos can easily morph to fascism, right? People suddenly are in need of some kind of order. They need to feel safe, they need to feel that something is putting things in order, and then they fall for the trap of fascism. And of course, that one other thing is that people, when they want to hear explanations by governments that have liberal policies about the crisis, they always explain economics like it was their own home economics, right? For example, I have this income that I earn from my job, which let's make a round number like 500 euros, and I cannot spend more than 500 euros each month. And if I want to do any extra expense with this money, I have to save, for example, 50 every month. So at the end of the year, I will have plus X and plus 600, and then if I spend more, I will go into debt that I must repay with interest. This is normally how it is explained, but modern economies don't work like that in any way, shape or form. Debts, your own debts, are for you to pay. That is true. But your government debts and your sovereign debts and this kind of thing, just look at the US. It has the biggest debt in the world, and it actually makes it more powerful. How is that? I'm not going to explain it. There's a lot of videos explaining that much better than I do. But so, and a lot of people, my point is that a lot of people fall for this, and they do submit to this austerity for this, right? And this is one of the ways to push it through, although everything has a breaking point, a limit. And I think Milei is going to push Argentina to the limit. And I think all the other right-wing liberals, populists that make this, I mean, they are good actors. I have to give them that. But I don't see them competent in any other area other than cock-sucking or boot-licking, ass-kissing, whatever expression you want to use, of forces, oligarchs, forces loyal to the American empire in case of countries of South America. In case of Portugal, I'm not sure if there are also connections to that. I cannot say for sure, but there are for sure connections to the local oligarchs that have no interest in seeing workers have their due rights, workers prosper from working. It seems like kind of a utopia nowadays. How did you prosper? Just from working. I get my paycheck and I prosper on that. Seems absurd, right? Yeah, but I think we should be striving for that. So these neoliberal ideas, in essence, makes us more individualized. They break communities, they break groups of pressure like unions. They demonize unions. They convince workers that unions are their problem. The unions cause entropy to the companies and damage the companies, and therefore they cannot be paid more because unions are there just to leech on the companies. This is their kind of thought. And so yeah, just wanted to add that. See you on the next one.